the power station in your garage. Right now, the one you bought because the Amazon listing said 2048 watt-hours is lying to you. Not approximately, not through rounding. That number is cell-level capacity measured before the electricity passes through the inverter, the battery management system, and the voltage conversion that eats 15 to 30% of it before a single watt reaches your fridge. The real number is closer to 1,400 usable watt-hours. That's not a marketing term. That's arithmetic. And it's not one company doing this. I pulled the spec sheets on 15 portable power station brands sold on Amazon right now. 8 of them are manufactured by 2 factories in Shenzhen. Different logos, different price points, same assembly line. The capacity inflation isn't a mistake. It's an industry-wide agreement to measure at the cell, advertise the big number, and count on you to never test it yourself. By the end of this video, you'll know the brands overstating their capacity by the widest margins, the 4 power stations that actually deliver what they promise, and the one spec most buyers never check that tells you more than the watt-hour number ever will. Number 1 on the avoid list. Jackery Explorer 2000 Plus. Let's start somewhere familiar because this is the unit half of you already own. 12,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. The listing says 2,042 watt-hours. Under real load, running a 500-watt continuous draw, testers measured roughly 1,430 usable watt-hours before shutdown. That's a 30% gap. If your gas pump shorted you 30%, that's federal fraud. But battery companies measure at the cell, and the FTC hasn't caught up. The expansion battery costs nearly as much as the base unit. Same EV Energy cells you can buy on Amazon for a fraction of the cost. They chose the margin over the spec sheet. That's number 1. We haven't started yet. Number 2. Bluetti AC200L, different brand, same math. Advertised at 2,048 watt-hours. Real-world usable output lands around 1,560. That's a 24% gap. But the capacity isn't even the worst part. The AC200L's pass-through charging, running your devices while the unit charges from solar, drops output efficiency by another 12 to 15% under simultaneous load. Meaning if you're using this during a power outage while your solar panels feed it, you're getting barely over half the advertised capacity in real usable power. For a unit that costs over $1,600, that's not a feature gap. That's a trust gap. Number 3. And this is where it gets interesting. EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. The expansion battery for the Delta 2 Max uses the same EVE 280 amp-hour lithium iron phosphate cells that a $200 golf cart battery on Amazon uses. Same cells, same chemistry, same factory in Huizhou. The EcoFlow expansion pack costs over $1,000. The cells inside it cost a manufacturer roughly $160. The proprietary connector, the one that only fits EcoFlow products, is $79 for what amounts to $6 in copper and plastic. That cable isn't engineering, it's a toll booth. Same sourcing philosophy as the Jackery, different logo on the case. One financial calculation. If you've made it this far, subscribe. I cover portable power, solar, and the home energy industry every week, and the list doesn't get shorter. Number 4. Zero Yeti 1500. This one hurts because Zero built this category, but the Yeti 1500X has a UPS switching time of over 20 milliseconds. Your desktop computer, your NAS drive, your router, anything with a sensitive power supply needs that switchover under 10 milliseconds. 20 plus means a full power interruption. Your computer restarts. Your network drops. The backup fails at the one job it exists to do. Zero markets this as home backup ready. In their spec PDF, the one most buyers never download, switching time is listed at 20 to 30 milliseconds. That's a product that doesn't do what the name promises. That's the avoid list. And I want to be clear about something. Every one of those units works. They turn on, they charge devices, they keep the lights running for a while. The problem isn't that they're broken. The problem is the gap between what you were sold and what you received is measurable, documented, and exposed by a $5 watt meter anyone can plug in. Drop the brand you're never buying again in the comments. I'll be in there. So here's the other side. 4 units. That's all that made the cut. Not because the bar is impossibly high, but because real capacity honesty at this price point is actually that rare. Number 1. Anker SOLIX C800 Plus. Budget pick, under $400. The capacity claim is 768 watt-hours. Real-world output tested at 670. That's a 12% gap, the lowest in this price range. Lithium iron phosphate chemistry with a 3000 cycle rating. UPS switching under 10 milliseconds. It won't power your whole house, but it will keep your fridge, your router, and your phone running through a 36-hour outage. Honest caveat, the inverter caps at 1000 watts, so don't try to run a space heater off it. But for the price, this is the unit I'd hand to anyone who asks what to buy for storm season. I'd spend my own money on this one. And I have. Number 2. EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus. I know, I just spent 2 minutes going after EcoFlow, and yes, I realize how that looks, but the Delta 3 Plus fixed the two things that mattered. Capacity gap dropped to 16%, which isn't perfect, but it's honest relative to the competition. And the UPS switching time came down to under 10 milliseconds. Pass-through charging holds steady under load. The surge capacity handles 1600 watts, which means your fridge compressor kicking on won't trip the unit. It's the mid-range pick at around $1,100. The honest caveat is, you're still inside a proprietary ecosystem, and if you need expansion later, you'll pay the EcoFlow tax on cables and batteries. Your call. Number 3. Bluetti AC180T, the premium daily driver. 2000 watt-hour capacity with a tested gap of only 14%. One of the tightest ratios in the industry, 30-minute solar recharge from 0 to 80%, with the right panel setup. 4000 cycle lithium iron phosphate cells. This is the unit for someone who wants backup power as a permanent fixture, not a box you pull out of the closet during hurricane season. It runs around $2,000, but per usable watt-hour, the math works out better than most units half its price. Number 4. This one isn't a product, it's a build. A 12-volt, 300 amp-hour lithium iron phosphate battery from Power Queen or Redodo, a 2000-watt pure sine inverter, and a solar charge controller. Total cost, $500 to $700. Total usable capacity, over 3000 watt-hours. More than any single consumer power station on this list. You wire it yourself in an afternoon. No proprietary cables. No expansion battery markup. The cells are the same ones inside the $1,400 power stations. You just skip the branding and the 400% markup. This is the hack they don't want you to find. You now know something most people shopping for a portable power station right now don't. The gap between what the box says and what the battery delivers is the only number that matters in this industry. A $5 watt meter will confirm everything in this video. Plug it in, run a load. If it matches the claim, you bought well. If it doesn't, you know exactly who lied to you. YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here, so click it. And if you made it to the end of this one, you already know this channel is worth a subscribe.